People against Mitchell. Nicholas James Mitchell, 25B 7144401. Your name, detective?
Good morning, Your Honor. Detective Crystal Toulouse, Brownstown Police Department.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, you can proceed.
Your Honor, on June 21st of 2025, at approximately at 5:55 hours, Officer Kenneth Paul was sitting in the turnaround and conducting traffic enforcement on I-75 south of Pennsylvania Road in Brownstown Township. At that time, Officer Paul observed a 1995 Buick Roadmaster Michigan plate, which Secretary of State and Lien indicated was EIV no, indicating no insurance. Officer Paul entered southbound 75 and caught up with the suspect vehicle in the area of southbound I-75 and Dix-Toledo Road in Brownstown Township. As Officer Paul closed in, the suspect vehicle increased speed and began to drive away from Officer Paul. Officer Paul activated his patrol vehicle lights and attempted to catch back up to the suspect vehicle, but it continued on at a high rate of speed. Officer Paul caught back up with the suspect vehicle again in the area of southbound I-75 and West Road with emergency lights and sirens activated. The vehicle continued southbound at approximately 120 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone, and Officer Paul notified dispatch that he was in pursuit. The suspect vehicle continued to flee from Officer Paul at 120 miles an hour, 70 mile an hour zone, and continued to change lanes, going from the far left lane to the far right lane as it was overtaking vehicles. The suspect vehicle continued to flee at approximately 110 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone as it passed Breland Road. As the suspect vehicle approached the Gibraltar Road exit ramps, the suspect vehicle positioned itself in the right lane of travel. It braked abruptly, drove through the gorge between southbound I-75 and exit 29B and exited the freeway at exit 29B for westbound Gibraltar Road. Officer Paul continued to pursue the suspect vehicle as it turned onto westbound Gibraltar Road. The suspect vehicle continued on westbound Gibraltar Road at approximately 70 miles per hour in a posted 45 mile an hour zone, swerving from the curb lane into the center turn lane to pass traffic. The suspect vehicle then went northbound on Hall Road from Gibraltar Road, and Officer Paul terminated the pursuit due to traffic conditions at that time. Officer Paul and Officer Nicholas Walker were both familiar with the suspect vehicle due to prior contacts in the Preston Point apartment complex in Brownstown, Michigan. After terminating the pursuit, Officer Paul and Officer Walker set up near the apartment complex to see if the suspect vehicle would arrive. That day at approximately 6:09 p.m., very shortly after the first pursuit ended, the suspect vehicle entered the Preston Point complex, and Officer Walker attempted to stop the suspect vehicle due to its reckless driving within the complex. The Preston Point apartments are a posted 12 mile an hour zone, and it is privately owned with private roadways. After the suspect vehicle nearly struck Officer Walker's patrol vehicle, it fled out of the complex and onto southbound 4th Street. At that time, Officer Paul took over as the lead car, and another pursuit began with lights and sirens activated. The suspect vehicle began to smoke and was driving at approximately 45 miles per hour in a posted 55 mile an hour zone. The suspect vehicle then slowed down to a near stop, and the driver of the suspect vehicle jumped out of the vehicle and fled on foot across the southbound and northbound lanes of 4th Street. Officer Walker and Officer Paul proceeded on foot, and Walker deployed his canine vein to assist in apprehending the driver. The driver surrendered to officers in the parking lot of 28291 4th Street and was taken into custody without incident. Officers positively identified the driver as Nicholas James Mitchell, both verbally and using his Michigan Secretary of State photograph. At the time of these pursuits, Officer Paul and Officer Walker were both operating black Chevrolet Tahoes with reflective lettering. The word police is the largest wording on these vehicles and is on the driver and passenger sides, as well as the rear liftgate. The vehicles were equipped with blue emergency lighting visible from 360 degrees and an audible siren, all of which were activated during both pursuits. The officers were also dressed in full police Class B uniform with police patches and badges visible to the driver and other motorists. On June 22nd of 2025, Mr. Mitchell was interviewed by Brownstown Detective Attard and admitted that he had fled from police on June 21st of 2025 while traveling southbound on I-75 towards Gibraltar Road, and again when the police attempted to stop him in the Preston Point apartment complex. Mr. Mitchell stated that he fled because he panicked. A lien Secretary of State check
Because he what?
Panicked.
Okay.
A lien Secretary of State check for Nicholas James Mitchell showed that his driver's license was suspended at the time of this offense and that he has 3 prior convictions for operating while suspended, revoked, denied, including a conviction for operating while suspended, revoked, denied out of the 33rd District Court on December 11th of 2024.
Based on your sworn testimony, I find the crime of fleeing elude third was committed and drive while suspended. Second was committed, probable cause to believe those crimes were committed by the defendant. You can bring them in for arraignment. Mr. Gaith, your appearance. Clearly comes out of the lockup there. Mr. Mitchell, your name?
Nicholas James Mitchell.
All right.
Good morning, Judge. On behalf of Mr. Mitchell.
All right. How does he wish to proceed for purposes of arraignment?
We'll stand you waiver.
I'm going to advise you of your rights, Mr. Mitchell. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything. If you say something in or out of court, whether orally or in writing, it can be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to be represented by a lawyer not only today, but at all subsequent court proceedings. If you cannot afford one, you can apply for one at public expense. Also, if you choose to submit the question with law enforcement officials, you do have the right to be represented by a lawyer at that questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days. At that time, your lawyer will discuss the case and see if they can resolve it with the prosecutor. If it does not resolve at that stage, you have the right to a preliminary exam within 7 days thereafter. If the preliminary exam, at least as to the felony count of fleeing elude in the 3rd degree, they have to show that that crime was committed and that you were the one who probably committed that crime. If they prove that, you'll be bound over for further proceedings to the Wayne County Circuit Court on that charge and all other charges contained in the complaint and warrant. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Probable cause conference, July 1 at 9:15. You'll be in front of Judge Hessen. July 8th at 11:15 will be your preliminary exam. So 9:15 in the morning, 11:15 in the morning. Again, that's July 1 and July the 8th. What would you like to say regarding bond?
Judge, Mr. Mitchell is asking to request a personal bond on his behalf. He is steadily judge. He does have.
Where does he work?
He's working at Wendy's in Brownstown. He
Can I
makes
see
roughly
him
about
up here?
$500 every 2 weeks after tax.
He was just in front of me, wasn't he?
I believe so, Judge, yes. He also guaranteed me that he'd be here for court, Judge. He wants court to know that he's not a flight risk. Record, Judge. I don't believe he's also a danger other than just one particular incident.
Really?
We asked the court to consider a personal bond or the alternative.
You know that you have a warrant out for your arrest on a drunk driving out of Wyandotte, the 27th? It looks like it was a probation violation. Are you aware of that?
No.
Now you are, okay? What are you asking for there, Detective Toulas?
Your Honor, as you pointed out, this is the 2nd time he's been before you on a driving while license suspended offense in 2 weeks. At this point, we think it would be appropriate to assign a low cash bond on this. During this incident, he did endanger the lives of numerous people and almost struck a patrol vehicle before fleeing from officers on foot. He's shown a blatant disregard for the law in the court. Like I previously said, we'd ask for a low cash bond.
Those two things show me he's a flight risk. What else? Did you want to say something, Mr. Mitchell? It sounded like you were trying to talk.
Yeah, but I was going to say,
Don't talk about the case. Don't talk about the case. You got the right to remain silent. You should not talk about the case.
oh no, I wasn't about to talk about the case. I don't have anything in here for me to.
Judge, I believe what he's trying to say is that he doesn't have access to his funds and he doesn't have a way to get in touch with anyone that can bail him out. He'd request that he be allowed to either access his phone so he can post his own bond, be able to make a phone call so that he can contact someone.
You guys will give him you don't have, where's your phone at now?
It's in the car. It's in the impound lot.
I see, I see.
I can't do anything. I can't, like, I would cash myself out, but I can't send money to nobody. And then I could call my mom, but she's at work. And then the person that I know could come bail me out. I don't know none of their numbers by heart. That's what I'm trying to say. If you can get me out on a personal bond, I swear to God on everything I love.
I got somebody with a warrant out for their arrest, and I got somebody that I just heard testimony from a detective that they were driving 120 miles an hour and they weren't riding on Mars. 15,000. Hey, listen, don't interrupt me. 15,000, 10%. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. I wish you well. July 1, you'll be in front of Judge Hess and you can renew your bond reduction at that time. Good luck to you. And you are going to let him make a couple calls there, Detective, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Okay. Go! Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go. Freak. Rah.
Good morning, Your Honor. Diane Boring, agent for Michael Bates Chevrolet, case number 2501754.
And you said, okay, and I have Sherry Graff right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Your name? No, your name.
Sherry Graff.
Your name.
Megan Morris.
All right, and then I have two other gentlemen here that were not here the first time. Your name?
Ronald Lawson.
And your name, sir?
Michael Bowens.
I'm sorry, how do you spell the last name?
Bowens.
Bowens, okay. So what did you have to do with this, Mr. Bowens and Mr. Lawson? Who wants to start?
Well, I'm the one, the technician that looked at the vehicle first. He came in running really rough and not running good at all, hardly even running. And it seemed there was.
Did you have contact with
Did I personally?
Mr. Hicks?
No, sir.
All right, so what did you think about the vehicle?
I wouldn't have spent the money on it. We have a new program that GM came out with that it gives the relative compression of the engine, and that after seeing which direction it was gonna go.
Did you tell somebody that?
Yes, I did.
Who'd you tell?
Well, I give the order, hand it off to the next person.
Who was that in this case?
I guess Megan would be, but it would have had to have gone to get further, I guess, money or time to look at the vehicle.
Slow down.
Because of the direction we were going.
Slow down. You told her that you wouldn't spend the money on it. True or false?
True.
Did you ever convey that, Ms. Morris, to Mr. Hicks?
No,
Why not?
because that's not I can't tell someone whether or not they should get their vehicle fixed. I can only present them with what was wrong with the vehicle.
There's a big surprise! That's an incredible... I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise!
So I want to just make sure I understand this. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. If a mechanic tells you or tells anybody at Bates that they wouldn't spend the money to have the vehicle repaired, given the nature or issues with the vehicle, Bates Chevrolet takes the position that that's not their decision to make. It's not their position to tell somebody that you shouldn't get the vehicle repaired based on the mechanic's opinion. I just want to know if that's true.
I just told them that it had to be further diagnosed and had to go to a different technician.
All right. Lisa, Jennifer, did you guys file a counterclaim like I told you?
Yes, we did, sir.
Jennifer, do I have a counterclaim?
Judge, it should have been attached to your packet. Probably like the last piece of paper.
What'd you have to do with this?
Me?
Yeah.
I put the engine in the vehicle, sir. I'm the heavy tech,
Uh-huh.
and Megan brought the RO to me. I need a price on the engine.
Did you ever talk to Mr. Lawson about this?
Mr. Lawson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did he reiterate to you that he wouldn't spend the money on it?
We both agreed that it wasn't a good vehicle to put that much money in.
Did you tell that to Mr. Hicks?
I never talked to Mr. Hicks, sir.
Did anybody here that works for Bates tell Mr. Hicks that they wouldn't put the money into the vehicle?
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Wait a minute. I'm asking, did anybody here ever speak to Mr. Hicks and tell him that the mechanics think it was a mistake to put any money into the vehicle? Did you tell him that?
No.
Okay, so I haven't heard from anybody. So nobody told Mr. Hicks that. I just want to be clear.
Not that I'm aware of.
And do you agree with that, Ms. Boring?
I was not present, sir, I can't
I
comment.
know, but you know what? Now this is bad. This is bad.
Your Honor, may I speak?
I don't care who speaks. You guys are in deep trouble right now.
Well, Your Honor, a lot of people are fixing older vehicles with the way the economy is, and they are investing a lot of money in older vehicles.
That's fine.
It's not.
He could have decided he was gonna put $200,000 into the case because it was sentimental. I don't know what happened. Maybe he kissed a girl in there the first time. I don't know what happened, but all I can tell you is this. Bates owes an obligation, as does any other company, to advise people when they shouldn't go forward with trying to repair something that's not repairable. So here's how I see it right now. He gave you $4,000. You want how much more from him?
The dollar amount.
$4,400, sir.
You want another $4,400, and you're still telling me the vehicle isn't drivable.
They still have my vehicle, Your Honor. It was not in the parking lot, as I said it was. I went the day before. You asked them if you went that day.
I mean, I think, does anybody dispute here? This kind of really gets me here. Does anybody dispute that a company, in this case, a dealership, owes an obligation when their mechanics look at the vehicle and they think it's not repairable to at least notify the customer of that? Anybody think that's not what should be done over here? If it is, I want you to tell me. Do you think that's not what should be done?
So, Your Honor, he didn't say it wasn't repairable. He said he wouldn't put money into it.
Come on,
And that's his personal.
come on. He's the mechanic.
I know that.
Well, he's the guy who should know. If he doesn't know, who does know? I mean, come on. This is what people get hired for. Doctors wouldn't tell us to go through with the surgery if they thought it was going to be worse. Lawyers wouldn't tell us to take certain action if they thought it was going to be worse. Dentists wouldn't tell you to get a root canal if you didn't need one. This is bad. No. Anything else?
Your Honor, no, sir, you're handling it just fine.
You're a smart man. My father told me when I graduated law school, he said, if you're winning, you might want to just keep your mouth closed until the judge makes his decision. Do you guys have anything else over here?
I don't.
Ms. Morris? Mr. Bowens?
No, sir.
Mr. Lawson? I don't want to sit here and lecture people. You guys are too old for me to do that, and I can say that because I'm clearly much older than all of you. Hang on.
I disagree with you, Your Honor. I think I'm older than you.
This is not
I'm 70.
This is not right. You go back and tell Bates or whoever's running that I said it's not right. I'm ordering this vehicle be returned to him, and I'm ordering that you pay judgment to him in the amount of $4,000 plus his costs of $82. And I'm also going to order that there be no cause of action on the counterclaim. You can't lure people in. That's the way I feel this was done. If a mechanic looks at something and says, I wouldn't put the money into this, you have an obligation to tell the person. You don't just let them make a decision at, well, this might fix it, this might not, and then do $4,000 more worth of work. Well, we still don't think we have it right. He's got a $3,000 vehicle that he's now into, at least people want him to be into, for $11,000, plus it's still not working. I want you to get him a check today. Can you get a check today? Can you return the vehicle to him today? Any reason you can't? Thank you. Judgment for plaintiff. No cause of the counterclaim. Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. Today is an absolute interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself somewhere.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're gonna start bringing people in first. We're gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
No case. Trust me, at the end of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.